I broke out the hair crimper today, so you know it's serious. Hello, welcome back. My name is Brett and I am a high school special education teacher, and right now on my channel we are focusing on all things reading. So if you haven't yet subscribed to follow along with everything we talk about over the next couple of months, make sure you hit that button. So in my video last week I referenced the science of reading, and I had a lot of questions of people asking me, what is the science of reading? So that's what we're going to talk about today. A quick overview on what that term science of reading means and how it applies to you as a teacher. So in order to understand kind of the science of reading and how it got its origins, you need a quick history lesson. Back in 1997, the United States government came up with the National Reading Panel. This is a group of experts who got together to review over 100,000 different research studies all about reading. And their goal was to kind of determine what is it that makes good reading? Like, how do we get kids to read? What's working, what's not working? They worked on this for several years, and in 2000 they came out and submitted their report. And what this report found was that there were 5 key areas in order to develop literacy in students. So let's take a quick look at what these 5 essential components were. Number 1, students need explicit instruction in phonological awareness. Number 2, students need systematic phonics instruction. Number 3, we need to work on techniques to improve fluency in our students. Number 4, we need to teach vocabulary words. We need to work on our vocabulary development. And lastly, number 5 was the reading comprehension piece. So since that time in 2000, that science of reading term has really encompassed all of this research that we have in order to help us guide our instruction in reading. Recently, the Reading League came up with a great definition for the science of reading. I'm going to link their information down below because that is a great place to start if you are curious about beginning this journey. The main idea behind their definition is that the science of reading is a vast, interdisciplinary body of scientifically based research about reading and issues relating to reading and writing. This research has been conducted over the past 5 decades, and we've gotten a whole lot more research since that original National Reading Panel came out as well. And this research doesn't just come from the education field. We're talking neuroscientists, cognitive specialists, experts in linguistics and school psychology. It really is an interdisciplinary team and group of research that we're looking at. It's important that you know what the science of reading is not. The science of reading is not a specific curriculum or program that you can institute in your classroom. It's not a fad or a trend or a pendulum swing from one side or the other. It's not an ideology or a philosophy. And most importantly, for our students with disabilities, it's important to know that the science of reading is not a one-size-fits-all approach. The science of reading is truly looking at the research, matching it to your students, and finding what is proven to work when it comes to teaching reading and literacy. I also think it's important to point out that the science of reading is very different than evidence-based research. So one of the things that you'll often hear when you're looking through programs or looking through curriculum is that they say that they are evidence-based. They are evidence-based research for their program. You really want to dig into those studies because a lot of times those studies are bought and paid for by the curriculum company. Science of research is looking at quantitative studies. These are studies that are peer-reviewed. These studies have detailed study methods so that they could be replicated to show that the results are true results. And these are studies that are set up as experimental or quasi-experimental, meaning that these designs are specifically answering questions about how students read, why they might have trouble with reading. So you can't rely just on the research that a curriculum company is giving. You want to look deeper than that. Has it been peer reviewed? Is this an experimental study? Or is this something that the curriculum company has purchased and paid for? As I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, the amount of research for specifically students who have cognitive disabilities and more significant disabilities is a lot smaller, but there is some research out there. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel so you can follow along with me, that's one of the areas that we're going to be touching base with over the next couple of weeks. So I hope you will join me. See you guys on the next one.